Hello, you're most welcome to my CSS framework video tutorial series. In this episode, we're going to talk about CSS framework. Before we begin, let's understand what a framework is. CSS framework is a library of CSS code, and that means anytime you want to apply a specific styling to your project, you don't need to write the code from scratch. The code is already written for you, but that doesn't mean you don't need CSS knowledge. It will not be possible for you to work with frameworks if you don't know CSS. So those of you who want to jumpstart and learn bootstrapping before working on or learning CSS, it's going to be hard. You need a solid knowledge on CSS before you get started working with bootstrapping. Bootstrapping is a good thing. Even the top developers use Bootstrap to enhance productivity, to facilitate fast code when it comes to projects, bigger projects. Okay, so knowing bootstrapping is good. Now there are a lot of frameworks out there. One of the most popular ones is Bootstrap, and on your screen you can see there's a link here, getbootstrap.com. So this is one of the frameworks, CSS frameworks out there. In this video, I'm going to show you the basics of this particular framework, how to use it on your project, and we'll be creating a simple form, buttons, and doing simple things with Bootstrap without necessarily writing code. So if you're excited to learn Bootstrap, then I'll try my best and create a separate playlist talking about Bootstrap, but this is just an introductory to frameworks, and this is a part of my CSS episode. Those of you who have not watched that can go ahead and watch my CSS episode. I even have HTML videos in a playlist. Remember to check them out. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started working with Bootstrap or CSS framework. Bootstrap has a good documentation. So when you go to documents here or documentation and click on it, it will take you to a step-by-step guide how to use Bootstrap, and this is a powerful tool. All right. To your left, you can see a lot of things. Scroll down, you can see colors, columns, z-index, CSS grid, a lot of things, tables, even forms, they're all here. Components, alerts, buttons, cards, carousel, close button, collapse, drop down, a lot. Go ahead and explore for yourself. So the code is already written for you. All you need to do is to pick the classes and reference them in your project. I'm going to show you how you do that. Okay, I'm always showing you, teaching you how it works. Okay, so now all we need to do is to scroll down to this CDN, and that's Content Delivery Network. These are links you add to your CSS. In order for Bootstrap to work, you need to link it. That way they'll be able to communicate. Now remember, when we're doing the CSS, we were using the link tag to link to our local file. We created a separate file called style.css and we're connecting to it. The same way, this is another one, CDN. This is an online resource. So this is an external linkage. You're linking to a different resource somewhere. In this case, it's Bootstrap. So you need a CDN link. Okay, so use that link in order for Bootstrap to work in our projects. Okay, there's also another way of linking it, which is to download a file which contains everything, every CSS you can think of, and then you put it inside your local computer and link it. Okay, so that means your website is moving with that giant file, okay, which contains CSS code written for you. But in this video, we're going to use a CDN to link to our project and start our working on our project. Okay, so for now I want to take you to buttons and then show you. So I'll click on buttons and scroll down. I can see here there are variety of buttons. You can see. So it's a matter of copying this code and pasting it in your HTML document. All right, and you have this effect. This might not make a lot of sense. Let me go ahead and then show you how the whole thing works. To get started with Bootstrap, go back to their introduction page and click on it. Please scroll down and you see their content delivery network links. Copy their CSS link, which is here all the way to here. So I'll copy it and I'll go to my code editor. Please replace it with your local CSS link. If you don't want that, you can also create a separate link for it. You can have several CSS files working on one project. Okay, so I'm going to leave the first one and then I'll paste this link here, which is from Bootstrap. So the first link is linking to any CSS file I have locally, and this second CSS link is linking to my external CSS website, which is Bootstrap. Okay, Bootstrap. All right, next, put script like this, and here we're going to put link to our JavaScript if only you want to work with JavaScript. So we also copy it from here and then we'll go back there, and all we need to do is to put src like this, and then we're going to our link here, and this is a link to our JavaScript from Bootstrap. All right, make sure it is beneath your heading, sorry, your body. All right, but in this video we're not going to be working on JavaScript. It's CSS that we're going to be working on. All right, so now let's go ahead and first of all we're going to create a navigation. So if you want to create a navigation, on top here you see this search bar. Just click on it. Whatever you are looking for, you can click on it and get it. So just put navbar like this, hit enter, and this is navbar. So this documentation is all about navigation bar. You can see we have example here. This is a navigation bar. Let's continue scrolling. We have some example nav bars here. We have something here. Good. So these are nav bars. We have another nav bar here, right? And this is another nav bar, another nav bar. All right, and the code is already there for you. Okay, so all you need to do is to copy the code and paste. So let's go back to the top, and then this is the nav bar I want to use. So I simply click on copy to clipboard, and before that let me take you to, okay, so this is my link. All right, right now as you can see it is empty, there's nothing there. Now I'm going to paste my nav bar inside here, and this is my navbar. This is the ending and this is the beginning. Okay, the beginning of my navbar. Now you can go ahead and make changes to this particular code. Okay, that's why it's important for you to know HTML, CSS before working with a library like Bootstrap, because assuming you have never worked with CSS and now you have something like this, how are you going to manipulate it? First of all, you don't even know what a class is. Okay, how then are you going to work with libraries? Okay, so for now we're going to just change our tags, change links and do things here, and then you have a drop down and things. Okay, so interpreting this code will not be difficult for you, provided you have gone through my HTML and my CSS videos. Okay, so now let's go back to our web browser, and as you can see, we have our navigation here on top, and you can change the color of your navigation here. This navigation bar, you can change the color, and then you can make edits to this. Let's continue. I want to create a table, so all you need to do is to click here and then type table, hit enter and wait. This text, I didn't type it well, so you can also search for whatever you're looking for, your components or your elements with this particular navigation. Okay, so you can scroll in, you get to a part where you see table. So this is form, this is what table. All right, so let's click on it, table. You can see you have tables here. You pick the table you want. All right, we have another table here. We have another table here, another one, another one. Okay, good. So it's all about searching for what you're looking for. Okay, it's not hard. Let me take you to the first table because that's the one I like. So I'll just copy my code like this to clipboard, and then I'll go to my coding environment. I'll come beneath like this, and then I'll paste my table here. Now let's go to our development link, and as you can see, this is a table here, so you can go ahead and then make changes to this table. All right, good. And another thing we'll be looking at is forms. So I'll take you to Bootstrap again. On top, just click on it and type form or forms. All right, and then hit enter. This is forms documentation. You can go through it, and here we have a form here, and with this one you can use it on a registration page. Okay, and add other fields to it. Okay, so I'll simply copy to clipboard there, scroll down, leave room like this, and paste my form here. And all I need to do is go back to my development link and check. Reload, and boom, our form is here, which is email. You put your email, password you put. Okay, so it's all about editing this form. And finally, we're going to talk about buttons. So take you back to Bootstrap, and then I'll look for buttons. Look for buttons. If you cannot find it on top here, just type buttons. So buttons, and then hit enter. and wait. And you can see there's a button here beneath here. So you pick the kind of button you want. Go ahead and copy the button you like. We have several of them here, and they're also on top here. So this primary one is for this first one, secondary is for this one, is for that one, this danger is for this one. So I'll copy this one, which is the fourth one, and then I'll throw it into my project. So I guess put here beneath my first button here, and then now I'll go to my development link, and boom, we have it there. And guys, that is it. That's all you need to know about bootstrapping. There's a lot you need to know about bootstrapping, but for now, to get you going, this is okay. So if you're interested, I'll have a separate and a dedicated bootstrap videos on my channel. It's going to be in a playlist form. For now, it's not there. So in order to get updated anytime that video is those videos are released, please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. If you have not yet watched my HTML and my CSS episode, go ahead and watch. After this video, I'm going to create 2 projects, and in those projects we're going to have fun. Remember to keep an eye on this channel. Hoping to see you there. Take care.